Good evening, everybody. My name is Russell Johnson, and here joining me tonight is environmentalist specialist Russell Joe. And tonight he's going to be telling us what's going on with the environment.
Thank you for having me.
Mr. Johnson, say Mr. Johnson.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Mr. Johnson. So I'm an environmentalist, and what I wanted to talk about was how nobody is taking basically the world dying seriously. So out of the alarming rate, there's global warming, there's everything else going on, and yet nobody cares. There's pollution of the oceans, pollution all over the world, and nobody seems to care. We have blown up the idea that the world is going to end pretty soon if we don't fix our ways, but nobody seems to care at all. There was the Save the Turtles movement that happened for a few months, and then everybody just kind of started phasing it out as a trend. And now the world is back to dying.
Mr. Joe, that COVID-19 is currently a big epidemic. Many people are dying. World hunger still takes this place by storm, and other people filing from bankruptcy, this and that. So why should we care that some are being cut down?
Well,
What is your
well, you see, this is a tree, right? Trees make
right?
life. Life is for houses and people that live inside the houses. If trees are cut down, let me draw a diagram for you to better paint the picture. See, if the tree is cut down, you see, if trees are cut down, this is represented by that little mark. The houses die because the people die and they can't take care of the house. So
But how does cutting trees lead to people dying? Like
because
does
trees,
like people every tree cut down like someone spontaneously combusts, or is there something bigger going on?
you see, they just die. But it's not even about the trees being cut down. It's about the world being too polluted to be able to perfectly plant and properly plant in an environment where trees are supposed to grow. So you see, with all the pollution going on in the world, with global warming, with everything going on, it creates this kind of toxicity in the air.
So you brought up climate change earlier. I just want to know, well, what is climate change and why is it so important right now in 2020?
Climate change is more the climate changing more than it's supposed to. Naturally, yes, climate change changed a little bit, but they more or less remain in the same pace. So the same species, the same animals, everything can grow and thrive in that climate. But you see now the world, the temperature is rising. So climate change is affecting everything in the world. So plants can't grow how they used to. Animals can't live in that same place. Basically, the whole world is getting messed up, and we're all gonna die.
Okay, so with that in mind, okay, can you see that?
Yes, I see a happy face and a sad face.
All right, just cut that. Cut it out. All right, Mr. Joe, can you see this right here? Can you
Yes,
describe?
I see a happy face and a sad face with the words yes or no.
All right, so if you were the Earth and you were to say, how bad is climate change? Would the Earth be this one or would it be that one? Which one?
It'll definitely be the sad face. It would definitely be the sad face.
The sad face. But okay, so sad face, right? So we have the sad face, right? And then we have. Okay, so we have the sad face, right? Am I correct?
Yes,
All
we
right.
do.
This represents the Earth. Let me just draw something real quick. So this, why should we care?
Because if the earth is sad, the earth is going to get more sad. And when you're more sad, you don't get happy. And basically, we want the earth to be happy.
Right, right. But the Earth, can it be happy if it's a planet? You
The
know?
earth can be happy if we all combat our habits and start actually being more eco friendly.
All right, but let's be honest here. Okay, this is like between me, you, and the millions of people watching this.
Oh,
Do
okay,
you
that's
really
the thing.
care about climate change? I mean, do you really like when you turn on your car and rev it up and go 100 and a 30? Are you really like, oh, climate change, or are you really just like, you
Just
know what I
between
mean?
you and the millions of people watching this, but mainly between me and you. I don't even think it's real, to be honest, man. I'm just doing it because it's how I get paid.
Yeah, exactly. I
See,
just
there's
do
no
this
sense.
exactly. Just like I watch this newscast and I say, oh, people dying, blah blah. I'm just doing it to get paid,
Exactly.
man.
We just have to sell the whole image. That's it.
I don't worry, our editors will cut that out. So we're back in climate change and why it's important, right?
Yes, climate change, climate change.
Climate change, climate change, changing of climate.
Planet,
All right.
it goes.
Why? Like, but why is the climate changing?
Climate is changing because the people are changing. The people have,
Right. But if people are changing, what does that mean about the climate?
I think that means the climate is changing too.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Any other
because
facts supported by science that you may claim that climate change is?
um, I don't know. They just told us that the world was dying because of people. I don't really know how. I don't really care either. Um, but yeah, the world is like dying supposedly. So I guess that's bad.
So okay. So like between me, you, and the millions of people, what would you prioritize more? COVID, which nobody's listening to, or climate change, which nobody's listening to? Which one would you prioritize over the other?
To be honest, I would probably prioritize the PS5 that came out because I've been really wanting to play some Cold War.
Hmm. Interesting, huh? Cold War. Going back in time and seeing the issues there. But, yeah, it's a future. Who cares about the issues there? Am I right?
Yeah, the future doesn't matter, man. We're,
Grandchildren deal with that.
exactly.
How's it, David? All right. So how are you doing, Joe?
Actually, pretty thirsty, so I'm gonna get a water. Use another straw.
All right. So very interesting. I just saw. Okay, so you have a plastic water bottle, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
suppose it kills many fish or whatever what have
Yes.
you. But then you use the metal straw. So what's the meaning behind that?
So the issue with plastic bottles is that people don't properly recycle them, and they end up littering all of the world, and they end up in the world seas. And from there, all sorts of plastic and trash end up in the ocean, and animals get caught inside that trash. And when the animals get caught inside that trash, they die. And those animals are actually what's beneficial to our ecosystem as well, because the plants underwater also help us in the world up above as much as we don't see it physically and directly, but they do affect us. So if all the animals were to die in the ocean would basically die. And if the ocean died, then the world up above would start dying too. So we need to use metal straws to help save the turtles.
All right. So you're saying that animals die, right? And it affects us, correct?
Once they die.
But nobody cares, huh?
But nobody cares.
We're just here for the money. All right. So
Exactly.
now that we know that animals die because magic, plastic, murder, what are some things that we can do as a society to help prevent climate change?
You see, for one, we can start recycling this properly and start using reusable materials. So we can reuse cups, we can reuse straws, such as this metal straw, which I got for like $5 at Amazon, by the way. It was like a really good deal. But so we can properly recycle this instead of just being lazy and throwing it on the floor. Speaking of which, I just finished this. So trash is pretty far away. So anyways,
Just chug it out there.
save the turtles.
Yeah, yeah. Just chug it out there.
Exactly.
Endangering the let our children deal with it.
It's
All right.
because the trash was too far, man. It was really too far.
Yeah, trash is too far. We're lazy. We don't want to help. So, in all seriousness, though, we can all agree that climate change ain't real, right?
It's
All
not.
serious.
It's not real. Nobody
It's not
cares.
real. Yeah, it's not real. That's what I thought. Yeah, it's not real. But
We
what
just
is?
get paid
But
to.
what is real? Coronavirus is real, right?
Coronavirus is real. That's real. I know that because the scientists say it's real.
The scientists say it's real,
Exactly.
but I say it's not. What do
Exactly. So why should we believe the scientists that went to
It's not
school?
real.
Exactly. But
Yeah,
the scientists went to
they went to
school for
school.
plenty of years anyway. So why should we believe them?
Yeah. No, what should we?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not real. So that has been a very informative talk with my friend Russell Joe. Again, my name is Russell Johnson from CBB HDTV BCBB News, and tune in next week for our juicy infos.
Yes, sir.
Hi again, my name is Russell Johnson. Thank you for watching CBB HTV BCBB News. We went over climate change with Mr. Russell Johnson. Nobody cares, let's be honest here. But tune in next week because next week we're going to go over what Beyonce bought for Christmas. Tune in next time so we can take your money. Thank you and good night.